Hi everybody, in today's video we'll be taking a look at the Looking Glass factory. They've been releasing devices that create holograms from 3D images and 3D models. Very interesting technology, so we're just gonna check it out. First thing, let me just pop up their website. As it states on the website, Looking Glass is the hologram company. Just to give you a brief overview, at the display menu, you find all the different devices that they have been releasing, or actually are releasing, because the 65-inch is not out there yet. We will be looking at the Looking Glass Portrait in this video, but just looking at the 65-inch, this is just great. So we got very interested for the big one. It's not out there yet. I've seen the demo, but we follow this with much interest. So, as said before, we ordered a Looking Glass Portrait, just checking out the technology, just looking at what it can do and what it looks like. Let me just get the website out of the way. You get a short overview of all the different devices, so we'll be looking at the one with the astronaut one. There we go. First thing, when you got one of the units in, it comes in a nicely packed box. There is still some stuff inside, as you can hear, and looks like this. And I can show you the Looking Glass Portrait. So what we did is we ordered it with a package deal. So we ordered one with a carrying case, which was included as well. And also what we had was a motion tracking device. This is this unit. You can stick this in your computer, communicate with the Looking Glass device, and you can use your hand motion to change animation or make 3D exploded models. Interesting, we'll get to that later as well. But the main topic obviously is the Looking Glass unit itself, and I'll just hold it up here. This is one of their stock images that's on there. As you can see, it's a relatively small unit, and I'll just turn it around a little bit so you get a flavor of what the unit looks like. So just like this, and you can scroll through the animations. What I'll be covering in the video is some examples, how to set it up, how to connect it, and how to install the software, just the basics of it. The images have been recorded by using a single camera, which makes it a little bit less depth than in reality. It still gives you a great image, but reality is even better than what I will show you today. But to get started, let's look at some examples. So let's take a look at 3 examples. This being the first one, which will be on the device when it's being shipped to you, the Astro Man. And this gives you already a good sense of depth that can be realized by creating a hologram. The true image, when you look at it in real life, is even better than the one I showed you here, because I'm using obviously a single camera. The second one is a 6-axis robot that we tested. So we're testing out the reach of the robot inside of the portrait device together with all the different movements of the robot. And in the last example, we're using a sci-fi cockpit. We're panning around the object just to get a better sense of depth and a sense of field of view that is needed to get a good view for the hologram. And as you can see, we're just rotating it around the object to get a true sense. All of these examples look excellent on the true device. Let's move on. Taking a look at the Looking Glass in more detail, we find the power button to be on the right hand side on the bottom, which is the one here shown on the top of the 2 buttons. Since there is a Raspberry Pi computer inside of the Looking Glass, it takes a few seconds to power on. So you push it briefly to turn it on. You need to hold it down quite long, for 2 seconds maybe, just powering it off. The button on the bottom is the one that gives you control of the ring illumination, which gives a nice effect, especially in the dark. The other side allows for HDMI connection to your computer. It's got the USB-C for the connection to your computer or directly in the socket if you want to use it as a standalone device. And then on the bottom is your 3.5mm headphone jack if you upload something with sound. The All the animations are present. You can scroll through them, which are the two buttons on the top. You can move forward and move backwards. The button on the bottom allows you to pause or loop through an animation if you want to stay with one just to show to people, and you can stick with those. That is just a quick overview of all the buttons on the Looking Glass device. The software that we need to communicate between the hologram device and the computer. The first thing you want to do is go to the lookingglassfactory.com website, and I got the URL up here. When you're there, you want to go to resources and you want to go to software downloads. If you're new to the website, you may want to create an account, otherwise you do not get access to their software. As you can see, I have created an account already, and you'll see that I have the availability to download. If you don't see those, create an account and come back here. So the first piece of software that you would like to download is called the Holoplay service. And if we just look at the description, it says it facilitates the communication between your computer and any connected Looking Glass devices. So this is all that you need just to get the communication going between your computer and the device. And then you got your Windows, your Mac and your Linux down here. So you can download those here. And if you scroll down a little bit, the second piece of software that you want to download is the Holoplay Studio. And this allows you to view and edit any of the Looking Glass holograms that somebody sends you or are available already. And as well, go here, go to download or download for Mac, install on your computer, and then hook your device up and we get the communication going. You need to install the HDMI cable and the USB-C directly into your computer port. For the USB-C, I got a little plug so I can transform it to a regular USB. Once you got that set up, you'll see the blue light on the power part of the device blinking very slowly blue. That means you got it powered up and it's ready to go. Then you tap the power button slightly, just briefly, and then it powers on and the blue light will stay on. Then you go back to your main screen, like I have show my desktop here. You press your right mouse button, go to display settings, if that opens up, and then it detects two monitors, one being my regular one, and I disconnected the other one, and the other one being the Looking Glass device. I made it the second one. And also for the first one, if you scroll down, so I got a 9020 by 1080, and I make this one, so my main screen is my main display, which is useful. If you don't do this and you make your Holo device your main screen, you're gonna have a hard time looking and finding your icons. So make your second screen or your main screen your main display. And for the Looking Glass, if you scroll down, make sure it's at 100% and make sure your display resolution is 1536 times 2048. I got it extended, so I got two. So I got my mouse moving over both of those screens. Once you got that going, we're ready to go. So we got our system hooked up to the computer, we installed the software, and we recommend to do the Holoplay service software first, and then do the Holoplay Studio. So we got the software installed, we got the device hooked up, now we're gonna look for the icon, which is called the Holoplay Studio, looks like this. Then we'll double click it. Let's open this up, and let me just get this into view. And this is what the Holoplay Studio software looks like. And this is on the left hand side, you see all of the animations and images that I got on the device. On the right hand side, you can drop all your images, your animation and 3D models. They cannot be regular ones. They need to be converted to allow being displayed on the device. But we'll go into detail about that the next time. So anything you drop down here, you can sync directly between your computer and the device. If you play just down here, you can check if everything works out correctly, because you need to make some minor settings like in the resolution display. And that's actually all there is to it.